notorious building that you may recognise, once bursting with joy and activity, only to be silenced with a cruel hand. In today's Urbandoned video, we are showcasing the abandoned Richard Dunne Sports Centre in Bradford, Yorkshire, which closed in late 2019. Join us as we explore its dark interior to see what's left and manage to have some fun whilst we're at it.
I just want it to be over.
Alistair,
What?
have you heard that 85% of people are not subscribed?
You're joking? They need to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell to never miss a video. On a spring evening, we found ourselves in Bradford to check out a building we had been quite interested in for a while. The property in question was formerly Richard Dunne Sports Centre, a unique structure that resembled a tent, now ringed by a fence to prevent intruders from walking its perimeter. Built in the 1970s by architect Trevor Skempton, the aim was to design a permanent community landmark for Bradford, 40 metres high with a cable-supported roof influenced by a Japanese national gymnasium. When it first opened, locals would flock to the leisure centre that offered an abundance of activity, named after the local born boxer known for fighting Muhammad Ali in 1976. 50 years later, we are wondering what went wrong as we make our way inside.
Inside a very large, unique, abandoned leisure centre. Got a split in half table tennis table there.
Looks a bit trashed here, but we're right at the entrance point, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's a bit more preserved as we get deeper inside.
Do you think this is a climbing wall?
It could be.
It's missing a lot of the rungs, but some of them are still there.
These concrete structures here look like they'd be used for climbing at least.
This is a huge room.
Oh yeah, it goes straight to the roof.
It's a gym.
God, this is big.
It's massive. There's such an echo as well.
The seats are still there.
The roof is so interesting. It's like a proper arena.
The site is summed up as one large hall with partitions to separate different events. Although it remained unchanged for the majority of its lifespan, it was designed to be flexible, with new sports and activities welcomed.
A close look at the seats. Numbered. I think there's 20 on a row. There's even a ladder up to the gantry that we may have time for later. Daylight is running out quickly though. It's got the army font on the lettering. Looks like a smaller gym here. I think they would have bikes.
Looks like this would have been a canteen perhaps. Or it's that these table and chairs were moved from the main canteen. There's not a lot to this area though now. It's completely stripped. I thought these were sterile tiles, but apparently not. If so, that would have given a good indication as to whether or not it was the kitchen. You can tell this was closed recently due to the COVID restrictions on the floor. It's a studio space. Most likely used for dance and maybe gym classes potentially. Strange to see that these mirrors are still intact when the ones at the entrance are so smashed up. It gives me hope for the more exciting parts of this explore. I see signs of workers' equipment in here. Maybe they were trying to do work at some point.
This place is like a maze.
It is. There's no direct route to any part by the looks of it.
We did come here when it first closed, but it wasn't exactly closed, was it? They were still taking stuff out. I don't think there was there water in the pool?
No, I think the water had gone, but it was still active and open for people using like the gym facilities and stuff. I think this bit in here looks like the swimming pool. Alex seems to have made it over there. I think you could class this as the main attraction of this explore.
This bridge above us here was what we walked through.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, because I remember looking out into this gym, now you say that. I was hoping that wasn't going to be glass. Wow, it looks like it's in good condition as well.
The slides are very high up.
They are, aren't they? I didn't see how high they really went.
Entering the baths of the Richard Dunne Sports Centre, we were saddened to see a well-themed room perfect to entertain children for hours on end, sat in complete darkness. There were multiple water slides still intact and many animal figurines coated in dust.
I really like the theming. The murals are all still painted on the walls, barely faded. Although it only closed a year or so ago. Seems like it would have been such a fun place for families to come, and I bet the locals are gutted that it's closed. It's a cool wooden hut up there. From what I can see, you'd have to travel down one of the slides to get to that and then go down another one to get to the bottom. But again, the theming is really impressive with it being built upon a tree as the foundation. It's one of those huge spheres that you'd go around a few times and then get deposited into this larger pool here. Never seen one of these without the water in though. So it's quite cool. Hopefully we can get inside the slides later on.
In November 2019, with already dwindling numbers, the council-owned premises closed due to a few modern leisure centres opening in the surrounding area. Permission for the demolition of the site was granted in 2020, but delayed only because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which enabled the centre to be used as a vaccination hub and a standby mortuary. 2 years later, contractors had flattening accepted once more, but a society put forward a last-ditch bid to list the building to Historic England, which was successful. The building would survive.
Do you reckon we're going to fit?
Reckon it would collapse?
It doesn't feel very stable.
I think we've got to be honest.
It's a lot higher up than I thought, to be honest.
It's a long walk for people that wanted to go down these slides.
You can see the run of them here from above now. They're quite long.
So both start here. And this is the tyre one. As you can see, it's much wider. I reckon we walk down that one. Alright, we're just waiting for the OK. Okay. We're going in separate ones. Oh my god, my back is gonna hurt.
Hello.
This is terrifying.
I actually feel kind of safe in here. I don't know why. Because it's not.
I wonder what this sounds like from the outside.
We definitely shouldn't stay on the stain one.
No, no.
I can hear you back here.
Oh, hello.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my back. Oh. We're in the little hut. Oh, this is interesting. I wonder if it would slosh around here and then go down the other one, or there'd be someone here to push it.
It's like walking through a culvert.
How long have we got left?
Oh my god.
Oh, quite far. Theo? How's it going? Oh, you couldn't get down it? We're halfway. Look at that.
The whole shoot glows when you walk.
So we're continuing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is allowed.
Try not to trip on that. Oh my god.
Oh god, I don't think I can take much more.
I know, this is actually quite strenuous. I think people have tried to slide down on this. My legs are going. I think we're at the bottom.
Oh, please.
Oh no, we're not. We're at rest point number 2.
Oh my god.
It's a very long slide, isn't it?
Right, isn't it? I wonder how quick this would have actually taken.
A lot quicker than us walking down it, that's for sure. As Alex barrels out the end.
Does it get quite steep here? A little bit more. I just want it to be over. God.
Are we done?
We're done. And that was the... Is it the Zimbabwe?
I think so.
All of that red slide. All the way down with 2 stops. Definitely be fun with water.
This could be reception. Judging by, yeah. Get a little entrance gate here. And there you go. Stepping back in here, I actually do recognise it. I think we both walked in here 2 years ago when we assumed it was shut, and still finding people working here. It's really strange to come back to something when it's been open and then see how it's changed now it's shut. This area here would have been the canteen, not the one I entered earlier. Looks quite small, but they definitely serve food from here at least. I was hoping this would be the eating area, but it doesn't appear so. It's no surprise to see reception this stripped. Looks like through here is the only real daylight you get in this place. All the windows are situated in the exact same position, so only these rooms really get any light. So you can see we're exploring in the evening, so we're running out of daylight as it is. This looks like it would have been a bar area potentially. Maybe another studio down here. These mirrors have finally been smashed. It's a shame to see.
After the sports complex became Grade 2 listed in 2022, you would hope the rest of its story would have a positive outcome. However, a few months ago, the building was in the news again, this time for unfortunate reasons. Treated as arson, this fire caused extensive damage to the baths, and West Yorkshire Police put forward an appeal for anyone with any knowledge to get in touch. It is tragic that it seems like keeping the structure upright could lead it to more problems down the line, unless it is properly protected.
The changing rooms down there. They're quite far away from the pool, don't you think?
They are, it seems to be going down forever.
Goes down again. Going to the male ones.
You can tell we're near the changing rooms by this classic leisure centre flooring.
Quite large.
There's a lot of lockers in here, isn't there?
And central hangers are tipped over.
Yeah, it's no surprise with the amount of vandalism we've seen in parts.
There wasn't much more to see, so we continued to cover the circular property, searching its outer spaces.
Squash viewing this way. Must be an overview of all the squash courts. The first one's here. It's in really good condition as well. Maybe this was a multi-purpose one, because I'm not sure you'd have a mirror in a squash court normally, but I may be wrong. Ah, there you go. See, these are the ones I'm more used to. No graffiti or vandalism in reality, apart from maybe bits up here, but the courts themselves are almost pristine.
I believe this will be the sauna in here. Very decayed compared to everything else. Although I feel like it's been worsened by scrappers that have definitely had their run of the place. Oh, here it is. This little wooden box. Very simple.
we had finished our exploration of the abandoned Richard Dunne Leisure Centre. It had been one of those that left us feeling sorry for the historic property, as well as the locals that adore it and have to see it in this terrible state. After the fire, we would hope that it will be sealed tighter, perhaps with on-site security, but it's a shame that has to be the case anyway. Possibly keeping it structurally sound for now could result in a brighter future for the darkened hallways and sports arenas inside. Here are some of our photographs captured at the abandoned swimming baths. If you like the look of them, check out our Instagram page in the description, where we share images from our explores months before they are seen on YouTube. Thanks for watching. It seems like we are practically weekly uploading again after all. Next week it will continue with a special video recorded on our recent adventure in Europe. You won't want to miss it. See you next time.